please, allow me to show you something.
Our players have now completed 5 of the 7 rounds in each partnership, and it's time to swap partners once again. Let's remind ourselves of the positions on the scoreboard with 20 boards played and 8 to go. Marion is leading with 25 points, closely followed by Bertie and Jerry, who both have 23. Zia is 4th with 21, while Zia's new partner, Andrew, is next with 19, followed by David and Cecilia on 17, and Dennis with 15. Over to Table 1 now, where we have old friends, Andrew and Zia, as North-South, against the currently first and last place players, Marion and Dennis, as East-West.
Do I open 3 clubs to put the pressure on the opponents? I wouldn't do that if I was non-vol, but vol against not, partner would expect a fair degree of playing strength. The other thing I could do is pass and hope to make a 2-suited bid. But I'm not going to do either. I'm going to take a sort of fairly normal route and open 1 club.
I don't want to make a weak jump over call with this hand. It's too good. There's too many aces. I just bid a spade.
Okay, I have 10 points, 3 card spades, a singleton, although I guess I cannot count the king of clubs for both a singleton and 3 points. I don't really want to force myself through the 3 level, so I'll just bid 2 spades for now.
If West had passed over 2 hearts, I would have to bid 3 clubs, so I'm going to bid 3 clubs. At least that way I'm showing my 6-card club suit, so I'm starting to paint a picture of my hand to my partner.
Well, I have 7 spades and my partner supported me. We have at least 10 spades together. I'm just gonna jump to 4 spades and let my opponent do the last guess.
So I'm wondering if my partner doubles now, whether I'm going to leave it or whether I'm going to bid 4 no trumps intended as a 2-suited takeout, and I haven't actually decided that yet.
South has a pretty good hand and some club support, so he might bid 5 clubs just because he's not sure who can make what. His King of Spades looks like a defensive card. His Ace King of Hearts can be good for playing or for defending.
Now I might double this because I'm sure they're not going to make, but with a vulnerable game on the line, I opt for the more normal 5 club bid.
Should I do anything? I do have the king of clubs and 10 points. However, I have very few real tricks. 3 queens, a jack, the king of clubs is likely to be finessed. North is likely to have the ace. It could even be right to save, but I just don't really know what's right. I'll pass and hope for the best.
It looks like I have a very good chance of beating this. I can lead my ace of diamonds. I then underlead my spades to Marion's king, and she can give me a diamond ruff.
But I'm very happy to see East lead the ace of diamonds. That's got to be good, promoting my king. Presumably a singleton ace of diamonds to lead it like that. Slightly disappointing dummy in truth. Wrong black suit king. Dummy had the king of clubs and not the king of spades. We'd be making, and they probably would also be making. But as it is, it's going to be tricky.
I lead my ace of diamonds, and dummy has the king of spades. Marion plays the queen of diamonds, so she has a queen jack 10 of diamonds. To beat this contract, what do I need? I need the ace of spades to cash, and I have a very good 9 of clubs here. So, looks like Andy's distribution is singleton spade, probably 2 hearts and 4 diamonds and 6 clubs. But if he doesn't have the queen of hearts, he doesn't have enough tricks. He needs to ruff a diamond in dummy, unless he can set up hearts. I'm just gonna cash my ace of spades and then play a heart. And now he can never do it because my 9 of clubs takes away his entry. So he's bound to go down if just Marion has the queen of hearts.
Gonna depend. I'm gonna need a fair bit of luck here. It rather plays itself. There's nothing fancy I can do here. So I'm going to win the ace of hearts. And I'm going to cash the king of hearts, throwing a diamond. I'm going to cash the king of spades. Actually, I'm going to cash the king of spades. And I'm going to cash the king of hearts, throwing away diamonds. And all I can do is lead a club. I actually strongly suspect that West holds the king of clubs, because if East held the king of clubs as well as the 2 aces, East would have probably doubled 5 clubs. I'm hoping the club split 2-2. I think East has got 7 spades, because I think West has 3 spades for the 2 spade bid. So I think East has 7 spades, 1 diamond, and I'm hoping East has 3 hearts and 2 clubs. But I lead a club and the king pops up. Well, I win the ace of clubs, and I'm going to I'm going to play the Queen of Clubs. I'm hoping that they both follow and Marion was false carding with the King, unlikely though it is. Disappointingly, East has the 9 of clubs and I cannot quite make it. All I can do is draw East's 9 and give up a diamond at the end. I'm afraid I'm 1 down. They would have been 1 down in 4 spades, so if Zia had doubled, then pass would have been my winning action. Okay.
Yes, 4 spades would have gone down, but Zia's 5 club bid is very much the normal thing. When it's not clear who can make what, it's often right to just bid 1 more. Let's see what happens at table 2, where we have Bertie and Cecilia playing north-south against Jerry and David as east-west.
North will open probably a club. 6-5 shape with your 6-card suit considerably better than your 5-card suit.
Well, difficult decision. If I open 1 club, it's going to be very difficult to get my diamonds in. I could open 3 clubs, maybe, and just forget about the diamonds. That's not a bad call, but I think I'm going to open 1 diamond and bid my weaker suit first, because then at least I'll be able to back into my clubs afterwards.
Diamond. Yeah, that's what we were talking about before.
I thought there must be a diamond merchant in there somewhere. That's the...
Trying to get both suits across.
Absolutely.
Although it will be difficult to convince partner that your clubs are quite a bit stronger than your diamonds.
That's the real danger.
Spade overcall, 2 hearts, showing some hearts and some points. Now, North will bet 3 clubs. 3 spades or 4? 3 spades, very restrained.
Well, that 3 club bid doesn't look good for the East hand. I mean, having 3 small in a suit that the opposition suddenly bid as their second suit, partner's likely to have some losers there too. As it happens, partner has a singleton, but he has no real way of gauging that, so he bid only 3 spades rather than 4. Double is for takeout, just I've got
Partner do something sensible.
bits of support for this, bits of support
Yeah.
for that.
Some points.
Maybe he gets a chance to bid 5 clubs now just to make sure his partner realizes that clubs and not diamonds are where he wants to play.
Okay, I'm not sure I can stand this double. I think partner probably thinks this is going off. She's asking me to bid again or pass or whatever, but I'm going to bid again because I'm very light here. I don't have an awful lot of defense, so 4 clubs.
North bid 4 clubs. Will South raise
South,
to
I don't
5?
think will bid any more clubs with that king of spades. It's a question of whether East decides to double cross himself and bid 4 spades anyway. He's not vulnerable. If he thought he was making 3 and he thinks they're making 4 clubs, I can afford to get 1 done doubled in 4 and show a tiny profit, but tiny profits are worth big points at this form of scoring. It's half a board or a whole board if you lose 100 instead of 130.
How many spades can he make? He loses a spade, 2 hearts, and a club?
Yes, I mean 4 spades doubled is par in the sense that it represents the combined best efforts of both sides, unless, of course, North-South can make 4 no trumps.
4 spades doubled by the looks of it.
Yeah, South with the king
Yeah.
of spades and no cards and her partner's suit, and the ace-king of hearts happy to double.
North-South could make 3 no trumps, which was quite difficult to reach, I think.
No kidding.
And they can make 4 clubs, and as we can see from what happened at the other table, 5 clubs indeed went 1 off.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I think 100, we say absolute par, which we mean is the best efforts of both sides. Unless North-South can make 4 no trumps. I'm not sure whether they can do that. Probably not.
Probably not. Well, your spade stopper is a little bit
Yes, you would only
on the
take
tight
a spade,
side, so
a spade and 2 hearts and 6 clubs. So this is perfect bridge. 4 spades double down 100 for North-South is the optimum result. Nobody could do better. It's going to win the board for North-South because they're going plus. The counterparts at the other table went minus. She'll be thinking her partner's 5-5 in the minors, of course, not 5-6. So she's played a low heart. That's okay because her partner can rough it. Oh, I see. East played a low heart to the first trick, so maybe South did in fact know it was her partner with the singleton. If East had false carded the jack, that information wouldn't have been available.
Well, now she knows that. Well, would North play the jack from jack 7 or the 7?
Well, I would if I was supposed to be giving standard count. I would play the jack if I play the 7.
Well, some
from
people
jack.
don't really like to give count with honors, and if you can't, the jack is.
Maybe.
So maybe it's still a bit ambiguous, but.
Anyway, declarer gets to rough something and play a spade. He knows North's not going to follow with the king. 1 down.
Yeah, 1 down and 100 points for North-South.
Jerry and David may have achieved the par result on the board, but of course players of this calibre would often hope to beat par. Jerry's staggered bidding of 3 spades and then 4 spades invited the penalty double, and he may be kicking himself for not having gone to 4 directly. But any plus score for North-South was going to win the board for Bertie and Cecilia, compared with the -100 at the other table. 2 points each for them, and for Dennis and Marion as the higher scoring East-West pair. Back to table 1 now, where Andrew and Zia will be looking to even the score with the second board.
One heart from Dennis. Would you overcall a spade with this beautiful balanced 6 count from South?
I would not, and
No.
I'd be pretty surprised if Zia did. He has some standards.
When no trump, they play as a wide-ranging bid. Could be up to 11 points, since bidding any suit on level 2, apart from raising partner's heart, would be game forcing.
Ah, now Zia comes in. 2 spades, he says. He passed 1 heart, and now he bids 2 spades. Well, I have my 10 points. I have ace jack third of spades. My partner knows I don't have 4 spades, otherwise I would have said 1 spade the first time. So I'll double this, and my partner has very short spades, so he can take it out.
Well, the thing is, he knows his opponents probably don't have a spade flip, although no, East could have 4 of them if he had some strange shape. But the fact that they don't have 4 spades, either of them, doesn't mean that the 3 they each have won't contribute to a lot of tricks. He's been doubled by West, who has as many spades as he can have and as many points as he can have, like ace jack and another spade and 10 points. There's nowhere for him to run or hide or anything. He knows now that he's probably done the wrong thing, but what can he do about it? What he can do about it is go, crumbs. The defenders have 3 spades and 2 hearts is 5 and 2 diamonds 7 and a club 8. That's more or less in aces and kings.
Can they get anything anymore?
I don't know. It's very, very complex to analyse a sort of bitty part score like this. We'll have to have a look and see how the play develops, but they can certainly, just by doing normal things, take 8 tricks. If they can manage to promote some trumps by getting like a ruff of the 4th round of diamonds with a king or some such, they may be able to get 800 out of it. If they get only 500 out of it for 3 down, theoretically, that's above par for North-South, because East-West can make 3-no trump. Whether they can bid 3-no trump with 23 combined high card points and no wonderful fits is not at all clear. So Zia embarking on a trump drawing manoeuvre with his rather thin suit. Sticking in the 10, he might have been giving brief thought to playing the queen, but he doesn't think East has ace king of spades. The 8 would not be a consideration. Anyway, he's played a spade to the jack. West doesn't have any more hearts because Zia ducked the first round, so West has to switch to something.
Now the declarer plays a spade to the 10 and my jack. It looks like partner has 3, 5, 1, 4. In that case, I certainly don't want to play diamond. So I'll play the 9 of clubs to show that I don't have anything in the suit.
And now Marion switches to the 9 of clubs, which tells me she doesn't have much in clubs. So Zia plays a 10, and I have to decide if I want to win the ace or if I want to play the jack. The jack could be right, I guess, if Marion had only 3 clubs. Yeah, then I can play the jack. She can get in with what looks like the ace of spades. He can play a club to my ace. I can play the queen of hearts. He can discard her last club. I can give her a club ruff. But if I do that after I give her the club ruff, she will be in play to play a diamond from what looks like king jack. So even though if she has that, it's not a good plan. Well, okay, I'm gonna win the ace of clubs and play a diamond through. I don't want Marion to get in play here.
It will be interesting to see what happens at the other table, because whether Zia goes down for 300 or 500, as long as it's not 800, it all depends whether they bid game or stay in a part score on the other side.
Ace of clubs, king of hearts, you might as well cash that, of course. And then I expected diamond, especially since partner through the two of clubs, don't play another one of those, and don't try and promote stuff by playing a heart. Just play a singleton diamond. I got those covered.
Yeah, singleton diamond. Zia by now knows the shape of both defenders, so he knows spades are 3-3, hearts are 5-2. So the two of diamonds must be a singleton.
Yeah, he can play a club just to unblock and get it out of the way, and then exit with a spade and let the defenders make some arrangements. He can play a spade now immediately if he wants, but no, he can lead some sort of sneaky eight of spades to challenge them to know whether they should win that or not. West can go in with the ace cross to his partner's king of spades and have his partner play hearts, and Zia will still have to lose those diamonds at the end. Or he can play ace of spades, king of diamonds, give partner a ruff with the king, and then another heart would bring his seven of spades back into the proceedings. So whatever he does, Zia's going to go down the three that he was always going to go down. He'll say good sacrifice, partner. They have 3 no trumps.
Yeah, they can make 600. 500 and 2 spades doubled was a very good idea.
Absolutely. His partner might not quite see it that way, but Robson and Zia have been friends for many years. Andrew knows that when Zia starts like that, the best thing to do is just nod sagely and say, yes, Zia, well done, jolly good bid.
Well, Zia knew the risks of coming in with that 2-spade bid when he did against such strong opposition, and he would probably not have done so at any other form of scoring, but at border match you have to take these risks. He'll take it on the chin though. As the great man says himself, if you never go for a penalty, you're not bidding enough. Let's see whether Cecilia feels the same way at the other table.
Oh, this was the adventurous 2 spades doubled from Zia. Let's see if... Will Cecilia overcall a spade?
No.
Or 2 spades at some point?
Surely not. Surely not.
So, 1 heart from Jerry.
1 no trump, 2 clubs, and then a question of what West decides to do, whether to give preference to hearts, raise clubs, try 2 no trump, which is a bit of an overbid. Would be successful. Might even just pass 2 clubs, so that would be really wet.
Yeah, a wide-ranging no trump from David. Pass from North. Yeah, I don't think North-South have much business bidding here. Although Zia convinced us otherwise.
He did.
So I've got 4 card club support. I've got 10 points. I could bid 3 clubs. I could bid 2 spades to show a good raise, but my clubs are so bad. Maybe I just bid 2 hearts and play in the higher scoring denomination. I'm a little heavy for it, but looks like a solid plus score. I'm going to bid 2 hearts. Never know, maybe the opponents come in.
You've got a final chance to bid something. This isn't an auction where the opponents have got a big fit. They're in a 7-card fit. There's no reason to suppose that your side has an 8-card fit or that your partner has an awful lot of points. Your partner could have done something over 1 no trump and didn't.
Well, if she comes in, I'm definitely doubling her. I am definitely... Come on, Cecilia. Come in. Please bid 2 spades. I'm going to double. Oh, well, she passed. Okay.
Right, says Cecilia. She's been pretty solid in the bidding. She's been cautious on a couple of occasions when being aggressive would have helped, but two spades would be a bit of a lunatic. Sorry, Zia. At that point, and by not doing it, she stayed out of trouble.
And won the board.
Eventually, de Clare is going to make how many tricks in hearts? He's got 4 tricks in hearts, 3 in spades, 7, couple of clubs, and a dime. Yeah, he might even be going to make 4 hearts.
A trump lead is like a normal lead.
Well, this sort of bidding and to lead away from a queen can be costly. It can save a guess or even blow up a trick. A trump from 3 to the 10 isn't completely safe, but with shortage in the dummy and length, with de Clare on your right, it's not too dangerous. It can pickle things a little bit. I mean, imagine if partner had 3 to the queen and dummy had the jack and de Clare had ace, king, 9, then by leading a trump you would give up a trick just in high cards. So 10-3 isn't a totally safe lead. On this occasion it's done absolutely no harm, but neither would anything else have done.
So Jerry winning the trump lead, drawing another round of trumps.
He's bid 2 clubs, so a club switch not going to look attractive to North at all, but neither's anything else. A spade into ace jack and the dummy will at best solve de Clare as some problem in the suit. He may just exit with his 3rd trump for want of anything better to play.
Yeah.
He did. A sort of passive defending by North-South make de Clare work. Little do they know that de Clare is not going to be able to play profitably on this board, however many tricks he makes. They've still got to fight for everything, and this passive defense is certainly the best on this.
Yeah, maybe we should go tell them, so they don't.
I suppose we could, but we might miss some brilliant play. I mean, who knows if the guy makes a 3rd over trick in 2 hearts by means of some triple crisscross, trump, coup, squeeze, double repeating what's it. It would be a shame to miss it, even though he is going to lose the board because the clots in the other room went for 500. We don't want to deprive him of showing the world how he can play. He's leading a diamond. Now the normal thing to do is to try and steal a trick by going up with the king, because the opponents will duck with the ace anyway. But here, he doesn't know that the spade finesse is right for him, so if he can get the diamond right, he may be able to pitch what would otherwise be a losing spade. So he's thinking about it and not just doing the normal, you can't fool me by ducking the ace, I'm going to take the king. But North is in the same boat again. If he plays a diamond back, de Clare can pitch a club on that and then another club, and in fact then another club. North hasn't got a trump to exit with, so he's going to have to bite the bullet and
Exit with something.
if he's going to switch to a club, it had better be the 10. That is the only club that doesn't blow a trick. If he switches to the 7, de Clare can run it round, and South has to win with the queen, and de Clare can later finesse. If he switches to the king, de Clare can, in principle, go up with the ace and duck the next round, and lose only 1 that way. But if he switches to the 10, the fact that his partner has the queen and the 8...
Himself has the 7.
Yep. Will actually pickle the 9 of clubs in the dummy, and so maybe it's worth watching just to see if he plays the right club, if he plays a club at all.
Okay, so he's played a diamond to the king and ace, which is good news. So he's got that wrong. So we're in a good position, and I quite fancy switching to the 10 of clubs here, because if partner's got something like queen 8, then the 10 is the only card that picks up the club suit. But there's a lot of other possibilities I've got to think about. So it feels like there isn't a lot to lose with a switch to the 10. If de Clare has got ace queen, does it make a difference? Possibly not. It's going quite well here anyway. I'm just going to play the 7 of clubs and hope it doesn't make any difference.
7 of clubs. He didn't play
the 10.
He didn't play the 10. He didn't play the king even. He played sort of the worst club he could play. 10 of spades. That's not going to make de Clare feel any more miserable.
Okay, this looks like it's all over. Finesse, yeah.
Club to the jack,
exactly
I've
as
got the
predicted.
rest.
Okay, Jerry's got the rest, and that was 10 tricks.
That
for
was
East
10
West.
tricks. I did well there, partner, didn't I? Well, no, you didn't. We didn't get 500 on the board like they did at the other table, so
Oh well, unlucky.
I think North is actually just flashing the 10 of clubs to everybody. That's the one I should have played. Yeah, that's the one you should have played, but you didn't. Never mind.
David Byrne describes the option to protect with 2 spades as lunacy, which may be a bit of an overbid, but the important point he makes is that it would make a lot more sense when the opponents have a known fit, as it's therefore likely that your side also has fit. Here, with Jerry and David clearly having only a 5-2 fit in hearts, it feels likely to be wrong. Interesting that neither Zia nor Cecilia chose to overcall 1 spade, which carries less risk. So, a north-south score of -170 at table 2 compared with -500 at table 1 means another win and another 2 points for Marion and Dennis, and for Bertie and Cecilia. Let's see how the leaderboard looks now with 22 of the 28 boards played. Marion is still the clear leader with 29 points, and Bertie is second with 27. Jerry is third with 23, and Cecilia and Zia are now tied in fourth on 21 points each. Next we have Andrew and Dennis on 19 each, and David has dropped to 8th with his score remaining on 17. Join us next time to see how much that gets shaken up as we get closer to the final stages of this tournament.
Please, allow me to show you something.